Raider Nation, good morning. It's game day here. If you're fired up for the Raiders and 49ers game, give me some LVs down below. Every single question that you're going to see pulling up here on this program is going to be from our live show on Thursday, during Raiders Friday Happy Hour. Every single question, every single comment is from a loyal subscriber. And if you're like, Mitch, I want to be able to be on the next mailbag, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll also tell you this, make sure you subscribe because we're going to be going live 2 hours before kickoff, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. I know that's early to crack one open, but you know what? If you're on the West Coast, it's probably not your first beer anyway. So we're going to be going live for Raiders up against the 49ers, and not only are we going to be doing a watch party, Mark Davis will be watching this game. So I'm going to expect us to take down the 49ers people over there. And then also, we're going to be giving away a Raiders-Chargers Monday Night Football ticket on this game. I want y'all to have a chance to win. Huge shout out to today's sponsor, Panda Supps. And if you use code Raiders, you're going to be able to save 20% off at pandasupps.com. Make sure you get your hands on some of the best workout supplements on the market. Protein, creatine, BCAAs are my top 3 go-tos if you want a recommendation. Patrick Roche got wild on our Thursday happy hour show. That's 3 banks for him. He said, I hate the Chargers. When they beat them 63-21 on Thursday night, I was there, and we're going to beat them 63-21 on Thursday night. I was there. Huge shout out to Patrick Roche for always pulling up here on the show, and my guy always has some interesting questions. Let's go to Cast Joey next up here on this mailbag. Cam Miller, hoping he takes that number 2 spot. My question to everybody that's watching the show right now, and again, another big-time bang here, I want to see the debate begin. Are you more interested to watch Cam Miller or Aiden O'Connell up against the San Francisco 49ers? And to me, this might surprise you, I'm more interested to watch Aiden O'Connell. And I say that because Geno Smith, no doubt, is our quarterback number 1. But if you want Cam Miller to turn out to be the quarterback that I think everybody's hoping that he might be able to turn out to be, you got to let him develop. And the way that he's going to be able to develop is by keeping Aiden O'Connell at number quarterback 2. Now, I know how this team operates. This team operates in a competitive situation. And if Cam Miller's out playing AOC, they're probably going to put Cam Miller at quarterback number 2. The only reason why I don't want to do that, though, is if, God forbid, something happened to Geno, you got to put Cam Miller in the football game. I believe Aiden O'Connell as a quarterback 2 is the right move to go for the long haul because Cam's got higher upside than AOC. And AOC, though, is also a great quarterback, too, in terms of making Cam Miller better because he's going to bring it every single day to the practice squad. So who are you more excited to watch up against the 49ers? If it's Aiden O'Connell, type AOC. If you think it's Cam Miller, I want you to type Cam. I will type AOC, which might surprise some people out there. Let's go to Vincenzo. People, I thought that Devin White was your confusing signing, but shows some buzz during training. I think he's going to go to be the real Devin White. I'm impressed with him and Landon Roberts. Thoughts? I like what Devin White brings as a pass rusher. Like my I guess dislike for the signing of White was nothing to do with him as a player as much as it was if you're signing him to be a linebacker, that's concerning to me because he's not good enough to be a linebacker, especially an every down linebacker. Now, he has been being able to go out north and south, though for Landon Roberts, he's got to be able to show that he can cover as well. I know that both those guys are downhill linebackers, but overall, both guys on one-year deals, both guys on kind of prove-it deals, and if they want to be able to keep their job, they're going to have to go out there and they're going to have to do their thing. Let's go to Ayalia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. What position group has the most to prove against the 49ers? There's a part of me that wants to say offensive line, right? Like, I think the entire Raiders offensive line as a group has got to be able to prove themselves, and maybe not as much as the tackles, as much as just the interior guards. I'll say cornerback has got to be a position that shows me a lot more, and then safety's got to be a position. Defensive tackle's got to be a position that shows me more. I mean, those are going to be the spots that I'm really focusing on for this upcoming game. But you know what? I'm going to ask y'all. It's going to be the pinned comment here on today's show, and I just saw Jeremy Cole said the O-line and the DBs. It could really be as simple as that. Which position group has the most to prove up against the 49ers today in that preseason game? This is going to be the pinned comment. Why you're going to hit with that YouTube ad break? Scroll on down and let me know. Let's go to Buckeye Raider game day morning, praying for all the players, including our opponents, then how many series are our starters playing? I'm going to guess 3 drives. And I saw some comments during our live show earlier, 3 drives. That's kind of what I'm looking for. 3 drives for both the offense and the defense. And when are the Geno haters going to be put to bed? Week 1. And Geno's going to be somebody that is going to get a lot of attention. And I can't wait for him to surprise some people because, to me, one of the most ultimate ways of knowing if you've watched Geno Smith tape or not is what you think about Geno. And when the tape is good, tape's great. Top 10 quarterback. With a bad offensive line, he was still able to win close to 10 games last season. Overall, though, I think the number one thing you got to go into a preseason game is no injuries. And I'm hoping no injuries happen. Let's go to Playboy. Haven't heard anything about Malcolm Coons. You haven't heard anything about Malcolm Coons because he's been kind of silent. And that's concerning to me. I know the Malcolm that I saw in 2023 was a player that could be a close to double-digit sack getter. The Malcolm Coons that I've seen in that preseason game against the Seahawks look like the Malcolm Coons that I saw his first year or 2 in the NFL. And that does concern me because if he doesn't have that juice, if he doesn't have that get-off, that first step that made him so good, he's not strong enough to be a bull rusher. And he got contained against Seattle's backup offensive lineman. I'm hoping that he can take that next step, and I'm hoping to be confident in him. But I really, really want to see more out of Malcolm Coons. Charles Snowden also deserves to be featured in that show. Also, huge shout-out again to our sponsor here, Panda Supps. And if you're trying to save some money on some workout supplements, if you use code Raiders at pandasupps.com, you're going to be able to save 20% off. And if you spend over $100, we're going to give you free shipping if you live in the United States. And if you spend over $125, not only are you going to get free shipping, but you're also going to get free creatine in your order. You can check out their best sellers. I think some of the products that I do truly love are pre-workout in the morning. If I'm trying to get up early for a workout, absolutely need it. Their protein is unbeatable. Also, another low-key product that I love is their Nootropic. And sometimes, like for me, I'm a caffeine drinker. I love coffee. I'm not afraid to put down an energy drink if I have to really get juiced up for a Raiders Report show. But sometimes you kind of hit that, all right, man, I've had too much caffeine today, but I still need that extra oomph. You get some of this Nootropics, it's going to wake up your brain. It's the only way that I can describe it. I love it. If I would have had this back when I was in college and in high school, I might have actually gotten A's instead of B's and C's. And also, if you need any gear for Panda, they have protein shakers, they have T-shirts, they have hoodies, they got a gym bag. Bottom line, for me, the hardest part about going to the gym sometimes is putting on my gym stuff. I feel like once my gym gear is on, it's a lot easier for me to go. I'm trying to be a healthier person. I say that as I'm recording the Thursday happy hour show, but I also know how I am. I'm somebody where I'm never afraid to have a good time. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm going to enjoy a Raiders game, and I'm going to enjoy a beer or two. But I'm also going to get in the gym, and I'm going to kick some ass. I'm going to get some sweat going. So when I go, I want to make sure that my workout is the best way possible. Let's keep it moving here on the mailbag. What up, Nab, man? Love what I've seen from the following: Bachman, Besh, and Adams. Wow. I mean, all 3 of those players have looked really good. Jackson and Tossie especially. Those 2 have an interesting duo. And those 2 are very, very close friends. Geno does look sharp. Pete full of energy. Looked like he was on crack today at the presser. The best tight end room in the NFL. I think all of those reasons are why you are confident about the Raiders. But at the same time, what's funny is my buddy who went out to dinner, again, he had dinner with Pete, John, and Mark Davis on Monday, August 11th. And he literally was like, dude, Pete Carroll should be a motivational speaker. He told me John Spytek is so straight to the point. He also told me that Mark Davis was one of the most humble people that he's ever talked to. So, I think that we do have the right guys in place. I love what you have to say here. And for those of you that are watching this live, we're going to bang to this here in a little bit. Let's go to King Shav. What up, dude? Geno Smith will throw at least 2 touchdowns against the 49ers. I expect to see a lot of TDs in this game. I expect to see the Raiders trying to push the ball down the field. And if Geno's able to get 2 touchdowns, that would shock me. And the only reason why it would shock me, because I feel like if Geno tosses a touchdown, they might take him out of the game. But hey, 2 touchdowns sounds good to me. What up, John? Mitch, isn't Parham a natural right guard? If so, why not put him there? Either move Meredith or JPJ to the left. I actually don't know if Parham has a natural position, and that's a good thing because He's somebody that played left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. He played all those positions in college and his first few years in the NFL. I would say personally he could play left guard or right guard. I actually thought he'd be a better center in the NFL than anything because he can put it together up here. And when you hear this new Raiders regime talk about why Meredith is the starter center over JPJ, it's because he's a better communicator. And, you got to have that solid communication. Maybe JPJ's just not as, think about a linebacker room. There's guys that have green dots and there's guys that don't have green dots. Just because you have a green dot doesn't make you a better linebacker. I almost wonder if the Raiders view Jordan Meredith as like that green dot middle linebacker of he's the best communicator. That's why we're putting him out there at center. Let's go to Perry Scott. Which rookie is the most to prove against the Niners? I don't think it's Jeanty. It's not Besh. Dante Thornton did really struggle. I'm going to go probably with I'm going to go 2 unpopular opinions here. And some people might go, it's Cam Miller, Cody Lindenberg. I'm going to say Caleb Rogers because Caleb Rogers was really bad against Seattle. And when I look at the tape compared to the PFF grade, the tape's a lot worse than what the PFF grade is. And to me, we need our interior offensive line to be ready to go just in case, Alex Kappa isn't able to play this season because I know he's battling an injury, but Alex Kappa's concerning to me right now is all I'll say based on the information that I have. And then I'll go Darian Porter. Our cornerback room has to be better. Darian Porter's got to show me that he deserves to start. And the fact that they're putting Kai Blue Kelly in reps with Darian Porter, that scares the hell out of me. I'll say Tommy Millott. Let's go to Raider Rob. What up, bro? Mitch, heard Tyreek Hill might get traded. I'm just going to nip this one in the butt. The Las Vegas Raiders will never trade for Tyreek Hill. He's got domestic violence in his background. The Raiders have a no-tolerance policy for that. And I feel like every time I talk about Michael Mayer, I get ripped apart on social media. I don't want the Raiders to trade Mayer. I think he's going to have an amazing season, but he's just always featured in trades. And I just think at the end of the day, Tyreek Hill's never going to be a Raider, so it's not going to happen. Let's go to Ja'Cory Green. Do you think Kai Blue makes the team? Yes. Kai Blue Kelly will end up making this roster, and I think he's going to end up making the roster because of his versatility. Not only in the slot, not only as an outside corner, but he's somebody that's played really well over the past week. He's made some really key plays in training camp. Like the other day, my buddy told me the best play I saw all day today was Kai Blue Kelly going up for an interception. And that's what Pete Carroll wants. He wants guys that compete. Patrick Graham wants guys that have versatility. Kai Blue Kelly has both of those. So I'm going to say yes, but I've also been told that my opinion doesn't matter. But if you're watching the show, I hope that you know that it does. Will Kai Blue Kelly make the Raiders 53-man roster? Give me a yes, give me a no. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say down in the comments. Let's go to Suave. Mitch, give me 2 players you would trade for, 1 in the secondary, 1 in the trenches. How confident will you be in the defense then? Oh, boy. Going out and trading for players, I'll just say this. You don't need to. There's enough good players in the secondary. If you told me right now we go on that Stephon Gilmore and Justin Simmons, that instantly makes our secondary better, and both of those players are available to you. And free agency. In the trenches is where it gets a little bit more difficult, but if you're looking for pure DT, I'll say Quentin Jefferson. I'll also say Jadeveon Clowney. To me, Jadeveon Clowney would instantly make our entire team better. And if the Raiders are serious about putting Tyree Wilson at DT, I would sign Jadeveon Clowney to play that Tyree Wilson role at defensive end. I think that solves both problems. But not that I'm trying to neglect what your question is, but when there's good enough talent in free agency that makes your team better, I'd rather this team go out and sign a free agent instead of investing in draft capital because this team is still interested in building in that future. Let's go to MC. Who is your favorite new Raider on the roster and why? So from all the players from free agency and the draft, if I had to say in free agency out of all of our pickups, my favorite Raider, new Raider on the roster. All right, I'll just go overall, I'll go Jeanty. And that's probably a stupid or a lazy pick, but to me, Jeanty is a humble superstar. And I look at humble superstars on this team and how they have done really well for us. To me, Brock Bowers is a humble superstar that works his ass off every single day. Max Crosby, humble superstar that works his ass off every single day. And Ashton Jeanty is the exact same type of player. If he's a humble superstar, that works his ass off every single day. And guys like that, you need as many of those dudes on your team. Like, that's how teams get turned around from being a franchise like the Raiders that haven't won anything, then getting back on the right track. Let's go to from Germany, Stuttgart. Who is bigger weapon at running back 2, Mostert, White, or Laube? I'll go Raheem Mostert, and I only say that because of a speed factor. Laube, I know he had a good preseason game this past week, but I just don't trust him to hang on to the football. And it's the exact same thing with Zamir White, where based on what I've heard, they've done a lot better job in terms of ball security, but Mostert, to me, has the connection to Chip Kelly. Mostert he's still the fastest guy out of any of those two names, despite him being probably 10 years older. So I'm going to go Mostert just because I think he can be the better lightning to Ashton Jeanty's thunderstorm, because he's thunder and lightning, where White and Laube just have a little bit more of a red flag to me because of their ball security overall. Now, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning into this Raiders Game Day and Mailbag. If you had a good time and you want to see a Raiders Game Day and Mailbag every single game day going into the regular season, I hope that you hit that like button. I hope that you tune in, and I hope that you're ready to rock and roll, because not only are we going to be doing a preseason game, not only is Mark Davis going to be there, we're going to be giving away a Raiders Monday Night Football ticket up against the Los Angeles Chargers, and I hope that you tune in. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you're watching this live, you guys better be ready to party.